We have always been fascinated by the rings around Saturn, Uranus, etc. At least I have. The massive rings of ice and rocks look so cool. But why don't we have rings? Were there rings in the past? Or there will be in the future, considering the ever changing universe? What would it be like to have rings around our Earth? Hey there, y'all, and welcome to a new episode of the Science with Cirrus podcast. It's your host Aryaman Sharma, and I hope you're having an amazing time staying at home. Today, we are going to talk about why we don't have rings around our Earth and see how the rings would have affected us. But before that, make sure to hit that follow or subscribe button if you haven't already. Now that you might have done that, grab your snacks and drinks and let's get started. Before going much deep into our topic, let's first discuss what exactly are rings. The rings around Saturn are made up of ice ranging from the size of a mountain to a grain of sand. Astronomers are yet to discover what caused the formation of the rings and when they were formed, though we have a vague idea that they might be as old as Saturn itself, that is, more than a billion years old. The rings around Jupiter are not very much pronounced. We got to know that they exist in 1979 as a courtesy of Voyager spaceship. It is believed that the dust blown off by its moon has caused the formation of rings. The rings around Uranus are much younger and much bigger and complex than Jupiter rings, but not as substantial as the Saturn ones. They are almost 600 million years old and were most probably formed by the collision of its moons. The rings around Neptune are far lighter than any other ring system and even younger than the solar system. And just like the rings around Uranus, they were also probably formed due to the collision of its own moons. That's all cool, but what about our rings? See, the problem with rings made up of ice is that Earth orbits too close to the Sun. And there's a point in the solar system which is known as the snow line or the frost line. This is the point where the deposits of ice can survive for longer periods of time, and any closer ice can be evaporated by the radiation or the heat from the Sun. The point is located about 5 astronomical units away from the Sun in the asteroid belt, that is between Mars and Jupiter. Mars is very close, so it is dry, while Jupiter is beyond the frost line and its moons have plenty of watery ice. The Earth is a mere 1 astronomical unit away from the Sun. And on a quick note, that's what 1 astronomical unit means. The distance between Sun and the Earth is known as 1 astronomical unit. So Earth itself is within the frost line, so it can maintain water because the magnetosphere acts as a shield against the solar wind, but the moon is dry due to the lack of anything like this. And even if in the past there were rings around the Earth, the solar winds would have killed them long ago. But why only ice? The rings can be made up of rock and dust out of a dusted asteroid or moon. In fact, it is believed that billions of years ago, we used to have a ring created by a Mars-sized planet that crashed into the Earth, which led to the formation of massive rings of debris. And that debris collected together into the moon we see and know today. Furthermore, that impact turned the Earth's surface inside out. Though it's possible that once we had one more moon and that collided into our current moon, which led to the formation of rings. And after several million years, those rings were absorbed by our current moon, or maybe just fell on the Earth. That would have been such a massacre, as structures as big as mountains were falling on the Earth. And as soon as they entered the Earth's atmosphere, the temperature would increase and just eradicating any life existing on the Earth, unless it is residing deep underground. Though I tend to believe that if Earth did get a set of rings, they would have been quite pretty, but at the same time a huge pain for astronomers, as they would take up a huge part in the sky for many observers depending where they are located. As the farther the north or south you will go, the rings will kind of ruin your view. But yeah, if you are at the equator, the actual equator on the equatorial line, then you will have a thin line of rings that would have been quite acceptable, but still not as clear. Also, the rings would literally end the concept of dark skies, as they would be quite reflective and would reflect sun's light just like our moon. I mean, just imagine millions of rocks floating in the sky and are reflecting light just like our moon. How brighter our nights would have been. The rings would also interfere with our ability to launch spacecrafts or even maintain satellites in the orbit, though that would completely depend on how far our satellite is, but around that ring region, it would have been near to impossible. We all know that our moon is drifting apart from the Earth due to the conservation of angular momentum, but chances are that in millions of years from now, things can turn around as they are today. Yeah, totally. Also, on top of that, the sun, it's gonna transform itself into a red giant after it has used up all its fuel, and would easily consume Mercury and Venus. Though we are certainly not very sure that Earth would be its meal or not, but certainly sun would blast off layers that would be enough to boil us up. And if not that, there are people who think that we will be orbiting in the sun's atmosphere, and trust me, that's no less than a nightmare. And the moon that will be orbiting us will experience severe drag, which will in turn slow down its orbital velocity. And once it reaches the Roche limit of the Earth, also on a side note, Roche limit, in case you don't know, in astronomy, it is the minimum distance to which a satellite can come closer to its primary body without any of the tidal forces overcoming the internal gravity that is holding that satellite. That is about 9,500 kilometers for Earth. Our planet's gravity would tear the moon apart into a ring, and the chunks of that ring will also experience the drag in the solar atmosphere and would continue to spiral inward until they crash into the planet. And that's way more horrible than it sounds. Hey, do you know what's more horrible? Living inside the atmosphere of the sun. Well, that's another topic for another day. But yeah, Earth doesn't have rings like Saturn and all, and it probably never did. Though there would have been periods when we were having some structures surrounding us made up of rock and dust, but they may not be that much appealing as the other rings. In fact, I believe that seeing rings around the planet would not be as soothing as compared to seeing just a moon shining in the dark night. And also, we would be saved from the fear of bombardment at any time. So, I really hope you would have liked this episode as much as I did while making it, and would be intrigued to know more. And yeah, for sure, you can check out the other episodes on this podcast. And yeah, I know that it is a very late upload. I last uploaded last year, and that's quite a long delay. But I will try to be regular from now on. But anyway, do share this episode with your friends and family, as it's quite informative and interesting. Share it with your friends who are into astronomy and would love to talk about this. It can be a great conversation starter. And with this, I would like to wrap this up and take a leave. Feel free to have a chat with me on Instagram and Twitter at Science with Zeros. I'm Aravind Sharma, and you're listening to me on Science with Zeros podcast. Make sure to follow, subscribe to this podcast, and we will meet in the next one. Till then, keep learning and exploring and stay safe. Thank you and goodbye.